Today, guys, we're finally going to be able to clean our Traeger barbecue. We've had a really long winter, and it's time. We have a beautiful day outside today. So we're not going to really do a deep clean. We're just going to be able to do the basic clean we always do, and I figured I'd film it while we're doing. So we're just going to use basic, basic supplies. Just gloves. You have any gloves laying around? I just use gloves, and I'm going to use this mixture for the outside to wipe down the grease. I mixed vinegar and Dawn together because Dawn is a really good degreaser, so it works really well. So what we're going to do here, the hopper's already cleaned. I actually cleaned that out yesterday and added new pallets and got everything vacuumed. I'll be using a vacuum. See, it's really not too bad. You don't want to get too much grease off of it because of the you don't want to have it seasoned still. You don't want to clean it too crazy and too much. So and then see, there's a lot of like grease marks right here, a little bit at the end there, because as we've had a cold winter, it's really been hard to maintain and clean it. So, and we haven't really been using it too much in winter time, so there's a lot of grease down there. Just like little things like that we're gonna wipe down and clean. So Eric, are you gonna help me clean the barbecue today? Maybe not. Since maybe earlier I did say that it's vinegar and Dawn. There's obviously some water mixed in there too. You don't want to go that concentrated. You want to have those? Okay, you can have one, sure. A lot of people use the trays that come with Traeger. They can buy the little like tinfoil trays. I actually use just regular tinfoil, and I'll show you how to install it or how to put it back on if you want to put a fresh one on there. I usually try to change it every time I barbecue or I do a long session, or whether it's wing steaks or whatever. I always change those out right away. Okay, so let's get into this. Usually take this off right away. Make sure that. Now you want to just take this off. Like, it's really easy. Then it keeps everything nice and clean too. And then this one just slides right off. So as you can see, there's actually a lot of dust collected. There's really not a lot of grease because this barbecue is only maybe half a year or so old. So you don't want to get too much of the grease off, because you want to still keep that seasoning and that flavor. So, but we do have a lot of dust, so we're gonna vacuum it up with the vacuum cleaner over here, and it shouldn't take very long. Other than that, like it's in decent shape. There's a bit of grease all the way in the back here that we're just gonna quickly wipe off and spray, and then we're gonna take care of the lid and do any other exterior wipes that won't take very long. I forgot to mention we gotta take this off too. There we go. And you can see, like, it definitely needs to get cleaned in there. Like, there's a lot of crust and garbage in there. So we're gonna get in there with the vacuum cleaner and get that sucker cleaned out too. Just gonna quickly spray down these areas here. You don't want to go too crazy because you still want some of the flavor on, and that's why I really like using vinegar, because vinegar is not that bad for this. See all that. Go. Okay, so put the lid over here. There we go. So I think we're pretty much good to go here. I pretty much wiped down everything I could. I'm gonna start assembling it, and I'm gonna show you guys how to put on tin foil on these ones. Okay, now that we're pretty much done here, might as well put everything together. Wrong way. Things are pretty easy to put back together. So I'm going to put the tin foil on here. And 3 pieces about yay long. So you want to make sure that it's really nice and tight over here. So you want to make sure that it overlaps over here, so it only catches part of the tray with the grease. It runs into the grease trap here. Make sure you fold everything underneath here. If it is a little bit too long, you can always cut it off to your liking. But as long as you wrap it underneath really nice, everything's really nice and tight. So you want to make sure that this one overlaps at least a good inch or two. And open it up here. And that way when the grease runs down, it hits this one, runs down. So you want to make sure you have enough space back here. So you have enough room for air, smoke to come up the sides here. We'll make sure there's nothing blocked in the back, and then that's it. It's that simple. Now that that one's done, you want to make sure to be careful. You want to make sure you're careful putting this in, because there's a probe there. So what I also like doing too is get some oil. Any vegetable oil works really well. Is just put it right on top, right here. Be nice and generous, because sometimes you can use rags and then just wipe the grills down. I actually prefer using a rag instead, but I currently don't have any right now. Just clean the grills, get them nice and greasy. Oh, make sure the oil it's on here. And I do that almost every time I cook. Yeah, I prefer using, I wish I would have had a rag. I prefer using a rag instead. There you go. Probably should have used gloves, but that's okay. So now that everything is clean, good to go, we are pretty much done here. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to make the pork shoulder here in a couple of days. So I might actually film. If you're interested in videos like that, consider subscribing to the channel and leaving a thumbs up on your way out. We'll see you guys in the next video.